Hello there, my Virgo collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness. Virgo, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing here, Virgo? Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the World vibe. There at the Five of Wands. Sweet Jesus. Virgo, this is an oddity for you. Fooled around and fell in love. Oh my goodness. Virgo, why do I feel like your decision making almost creates a shitstorm type of vibe here, especially when it comes to this sort of Knight of Cups? My sweet Jesus, Virgos, what are you doing? There's the Six of Cups, there's the Temperance Angel, there's the Eight of Wands, there's the Three of Pentacles, there's the Three of Wands. It's kind of giving a lucky three vibe with you in an odd way. There's the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords to the Pisces vibe. Lord have mercy, Virgo. Here you're pulling that vibe again, Virgo. You don't trust nobody and nobody trusts you, but what the fuck? Why are you in that energy? Ooh. Virgo, why does it feel like everyone's hanging on every word that you say? And it changes like everything. But at the same time, you're not like the boss. This is weird. This is weird. The Sun, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, and there's the Aquarius star. This is kind of like you just say fuck it and... not your problem, not your pay scale, or some, yeah, this is almost a fool around and fell in love type energy, but take what's yours and leave what's not. So the Fool, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Cups, to the Queen of Cups, to the Two of Cups, to the Page of Cups, there to the Ace of Wands. Ay, sweet Jesus. But this is also given the energy of Virgo. You haven't learned the lines that someone would like you to hear because you're not interested in kind of like the group dynamics. This is like you were kind of interested in before. Maybe you were, you know, maybe you get like a weekly pass. You go try out something and then you're like, it's not really my thing. This could be with a work situation with you or... I don't know. Everyone's hanging on every word you say, but you're not the one that kind of makes the choice in an odd way. You kind of do, and then you kind of don't. I don't know. You don't trust nobody, and nobody trusts you, whatever the hell this vibe is, and that's really not a healthy way to live, is it? There's the Four of Cups. I feel like you're single or you're unhappy when it comes to your interpersonal connections, or some of you when it comes to maybe the offers or the opportunities you have been given. There's the High Priestess vibe, and there's the Capricorn vibe. So you kind of go from one... Sweet Jesus. I don't feel like you have much of an authentic... What the fuck? Authentic vibe here, Virgo. You blend in to the point that until you say something, do people start to pay attention? But you usually say the things that no one sort of wants you to say. So you're kind of like the voice of reason in the room, that when you finally actually do say something, everyone's like sitting there scratching their head, scratching their ass, figuring out what the fuck. Because I feel like you make more sense than everyone else. But you're not in the same vibe. It isn't you. Even though you try. Some of you, it almost feels like you fooled around and fell in love. Maybe you just fooled around and fell in love with yourself here. So there's the Eight of Swords, there's the Seven of Pentacles, and there's the Nine of Pentacles. But there you are, Virgo. So you could be very good at what you do, but you hate it. You could be very good at what you do, but at the same time, you're not finding that personal happiness that you thought you would get. You're like the quiet one, and when you finally speak up, people have to listen because you're not just talking to talk, but you're also not saying what everyone wants you to say. So you're not really pressured into just being in the group dynamic. Yeah, they're at the Five of Swords. You don't trust nobody, nobody trusts you, but that feels like a choice that you made. You made that choice a while back, and now you're realizing the burdens of that. Some of y'all fooled around and fucking fell in love. And it was unexpected for you. They're at that Four of Swords. And then everything changes. Lord have mercy. Virgo, it's like you speak, you leave the room, and then all hell breaks loose. Type of vibe here. So what's this about with you? Moonlit baths, take it easy. Relaxation, rest, and pause. I don't feel like you're hiding in the shadows much either with that sort of moon vibes there. Some of you, you've caught feelings or something sort of inspired you. If it's not a romantic-based vibe with you, because I really don't see you going off into a relationship or partnership. I don't see that. And you're leaving someone here behind, this Queen of Cups, that thought there was going to be more of an option or an opportunity with you. But I feel like the Queen of Cups also, this was an on again, off again, or this was someone that you dated or you once knew. They kind of kept the vibe there. So, if they were having relationship troubles, they would confide in you. But there was really no sort of relationship or partnership there. This could be friendship vibes. And then all of a sudden, you caught some feels. You're not, I feel like you open your mouth, you say what you need to say, you leave the room, and all hell breaks loose. Because you're not someone that really, it's going to be different from you, but you're like the fucking voice of reason at the same time here, Virgo. Damn, I don't, the weirdness on this with you is take what's yours and leave what's not here, Virgo. Because you don't trust nobody and nobody trusts you, but that feels like a life choice you made. So you kind of know the company that you're keeping. You kind of know that the vibes that you're in. You understand, and you're very cautious. Hey, for fuck's sake. There's the Five of Pentacles, and there's the Nine of Swords. You have some sort of authority. You have some sort of vibe here. So you could, this is like the work situation, and you're the one that determines whether everybody can go to work or whatever the fuck goes on here. You don't dick around. Once you kind of decide something, then that's how it goes. But you're like, you change everything up here. I don't feel like you're happy with what you do, because now it's sort of the weight of that. Because I feel like you're a little tired of having to always watch your back, or you don't trust nobody, nobody trusts you. So it's not really a happy sort of peaceful type vibe here. Until you find that sort of peace within yourself here, Virgo. Lord have mercy. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Take what's yours and leave what's not on this. I don't know if you fooled around and fell in love, or you're just looking at things from more of an interpersonal perspective here that maybe you hadn't realized before. That Queen of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, to the Page of Cups. Some of you could have realized that relationship or partnership is just really not going to happen. So you're not, I don't feel like you're sort of feeding that sort of emotional codependency that someone is sort of expecting from you. Kind of feels like you don't give two fucks. Oh my goodness. Oh, what's over the King of Swords for Virgo? Or what's this King of Swords? The King of Swords with the pages. Look, you don't trust nobody, nobody trusts you. So, Lord have mercy. You could be in like health and safety. This is kind of given like that vibe. You don't have to say much, but what you say, you know, everyone has to pay attention to, or everyone will pay attention to. And it changes up the whole fucking vibe on something here, Virgo. Ooh. The thing is, it's a simpler vibe for you. It's a release of the burdens and just sort of, you go from that all the time, consistently watching your back to let go, let God, let go, let the universe, whatever your sort of religion or philosophy or take on the subject is. Boy, it changes everything. You change everything. Well, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Page of Wands. Ay, sweet Jesus. There to the Two of Wands. There to the Scorpio vibe. Kind of as if you've had a change of heart or a change of perspective. The Ace of Wands, there's the Libra. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, there to the Three of Cups. Lord have mercy, Virgo, you're going to need a rest. You're going to need to take a break. You're going to need to take a minute. Anything else for Virgo here? The Queen of Cups let you down. So this is like the realization. So you got out of this sort of situational ship energy. So this is, the Queen of Cups was a relationship or partnership that you thought was going to be a relationship or partnership until you realized you were just basically getting played. And then you just sort of have this sort of epiphany energy where you start, it's more like self-care energy with you. You don't trust nobody, nobody trusts you. That's the whole vibe. But that feels like a choice. Halfway point, meet in the middle. Compromise, common ground, and reconciliation. I feel like that's you just kind of finding the yin to your fucking yang, or just not being so overwhelmed. Maybe some of y'all, I want to say it's kind of fool around and fell in love, but I don't see you going into a relationship or partnership right away. So it's not like that. Hi, Virgo. I like this, but take what's yours and leave what's not. Anything else on this for Virgo? Yeah, the King of Wands. There to the Nine of Cups. To the Nine of Wands, to the Eight of Pentacles, to the Four of Pentacles, to the Emperor vibe. There to the Ten of Cups, to the Hierophant. Ooh. You could be changing jobs, changing careers, or changing positions here. You could get a promotion. Some of you almost going off and creating a family and settling down. Either way, I see optimism with regard to a relationship or partnership, where before there wasn't optimism. So this is a new relationship, a new partnership. Ay, for fuck's sake. Take what's yours and leave what's not here, Virgo. My goodness. Peace, love, and light.